Welcome.
Hello.
Top of the morning to you.
Top of the evening. Welcome to our channel, The Roomies Digest. I guess we're gonna break the mold and not do our normal greetings, but that's what I am here for. I am here to fill in the gaps, roll with the punches. So, if so, we may sow that. There be so. Furthermore, we are the Roomies Digest. Welcome to our channel. Hello. We are doing our wrap up for the week of April. It is a quick, wild, fun time where reading happened somehow due to the time continuum. It happened randomly, sporadically, but reading did occur somehow through that week of April. Again,
we're formally putting in our pledge to change the month of April to the week of April, Your Honor. And I would like to take this moment to submit into evidence the fact that we only read 5 books together.
Yeah. 5 total? You only read 2?
Well, I was counting after as 1 for both of us.
Okay, because I read 3-ish.
And there you
go.
So
anyway, this is the debrief. The debriefing of what happened in the week of April.
So let's go ahead and get started.
Yes.
Bum, bum, da 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 da, bum, bum, da.
Let's start off honest.
Okay.
I started a lot of books last month, and I didn't read a lot of books last month.
You really did. You started so many books last month.
Last month, I had intended to read Bitter. No one in our buddy read came together to read that, so we're gonna be reading that next month.
That's so funny. I was supposed to read Atlas 6 with Stephanie too, and we both were like
yeah, so no one had, we're gonna pick the pace back up, get our lives back on track. We're gonna be reading Bitter hopefully next month if one of us, probably me, reaches out and makes it happen. So we're gonna be reading Bitter. I also started a few other books, fantasy books. I know someone may have seen, but I am reading Lord of the Rings. I'm reading The Fellowship of the Ring. That's a process.
What part physically did you just read?
I'm near the beginning of the film.
Just remember when you told me the description. That's what I want you to tell them. I want you to tell them what you told me.
Well, the prologue took a few days because Tolkien really likes to dive really into the whole aspects of what do you even call the whole
hobbitry.
It's not even just about the hobbits. It's
no,
the whole
not the
Shire.
I mean, that's where the hobbits live, but it's called
Mordor.
I think Mordor is like just the evil realm.
Okay, well, there's a large realm that I will remember once I do my full
I can't remember
vlog on it. Middle Earth is what it's called.
That's right.
So Tolkien really goes really in depth about how Middle Earth is working, like what who gets a mayor, who is like next in line, why the governments weren't really working. All that's in the prologue. Then you finally get to meet Bilbo and Frodo and Gandalf, the Great White Man. Great. So Gandalf the Grey, I'll be quiet. I'll just start this whole thing.
What is happening? They're definitely like
a scooter. You are so
embarrassing.
Motorcyclist.
Honestly, that's literally how we all feel right now. The whole community is out here watching this kid who's so overgrown on this scooter. Like, the way he's sitting, he's like so big. Go, keep going. It's got gas in that thing. That thing probably goes faster than my car. And that's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, Sherman, watch out.
It was really you staying there silently. That's what I was trying to get. But you turned around as soon as I just thought about it.
Okay.
Next, take 2.
Okay, so Middle Earth.
I'm clapping. Hold on.
Got it. So Middle Earth is the name.
No, I am going to do that part.
Okay.
All right. So Middle Earth. Anyway, I'm at the point where they're going. He's describing Middle. No, there's a plane. Now there's a plane.
I was waiting for you to realize this. but I don't want him to come back over
It's
here.
too late. He's literally crossing the stop sign right now.
Like, his leg is up over the thing. Like, it's not a motor vehicle for his size person.
So, Middle Earth is what it's called. And right now, the prologue really took me a lot to get through because it's just really Tolkien's really building the world, you know. Who's the mayor of Hobbiton? Who lives here with this family next to this person in the Shire where they eat 5 meals, but they only eat 2 dinners or 1 lunch, and then it's just like a whole thing. Very descriptive, yes, that's the word. Then you finally get to meet Bilbo and Frodo, and then you realize Bilbo is really going through it, and
he's stressed, yeah.
Yeah, anyway, I don't want to go too much in my detail, but that is what I started reading. Also have another book I'm reading, don't want to say. Also reading another book, can't say. I hate to be that kind of person, but it will be funny when the vlogs come out, I promise. But they're fantasy. Who am I? Who am I?
What was it, gas station crustacean?
Yeah.
What was it, diner? No, a diner crustacean.
I've lived here 40 years, I know, an age that lobsters never grow. And in that time, there's been no one to order any crustaceans. Who am I? Lobster number 1.
That's me reading.
Who am I?
That's me.
Anyway, Keenan.
But I also just wanted to say, I picked up this book called Kingdom of Characters.
It's literally TikTok.
Is it TikTok?
I picked up this book. Yeah.
Is that what they say?
I'm just on TikTok too much. Someone take me out.
Anyway, I picked up Kingdom of Characters, and it's kind of just like an in-depth view of how the Chinese language has evolved through time. And that is, you know, guys, you know, I'm a little nerd about linguistics.
I have no idea what you just said.
I'm a little nerdy about linguistics.
There we go.
So,
I was like,
anyway, so I didn't finish this book, but I really recommend it. It's really well done.
if you're interested in linguistics.
Yeah, and learning more about the Chinese language. It's just kind of how China made their language modern. Because, you know, technology.
Obviously things change.
Yeah, people, it's more of a global community now. So they needed to evolve into that. So, yeah. Anyway, about the books we actually finished.
Cool. Okay, yeah, let's do it. The one that we both read together, let's go ahead and talk about it.
After. Do not recommend.
Yeah.
5 out of 5 don't recommend.
Oh, I was like, this was a solid 1.5 rating.
It's just the ending and the middle and the beginning I was eating up. Beginning I was like, I can give this 4 stars. Like, I don't know why I thought I was going to be the person
to give it a good rating.
Like, I was just like, I don't understand why no one likes this book. Like, I was really feeling it. The beginning, I was like, Hardin's cute. Tessa is, you know, growing on me. All the other guys are cute in their own way, you know, because you're like, in my brain, I'm just imagining like cute One Direction members, which is what I think you're supposed to do. Then it kept going.
Yeah, I think the thing with After and something that we talked about in our lives is that it was originally put onto Wattpad. Wattpad, yeah. Wattpad. And it came out that way every chapter. So when you're reading this book, eventually it gets really repetitive, right? Because it's just chapter after chapter, the same thing. So I think if you keep that in mind, you may enjoy it, right? For us, it was just a little too long, and the end was like a little
Not
too
rewarding.
Yeah, like it was just a little too open-ended. It was basically like watching a webtoon, or like reading a webtoon and then having to wait until the next season to get the rest of it. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't a full comprehensive thought is what I'm thinking. So, and I've read the other ones. The other ones are a lot like this because, again, Wattpad. But yeah.
I definitely would not call this a romance novel.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can see the red in there. Those are the red flags. I didn't even do all of them because there was just so much. But yeah, there's a lot of like
I don't know what
mental abuse.
Yeah.
It's just not verbal abuse. It's just not.
It was cute.
Time.
There were moments where you're like, oh my God, but then you realize like it's pretty much the same formula, you know?
Just like going around and
I'm here, I'm there, I'm for you, I'm not with you,
right.
I hate you, I love you.
Yes. Very nostalgic. Like, I definitely think I would enjoy the movies more than the book. So, that's that. Cool. The other book that I read last month was Radiance by Grace Draven. I ended up giving this a 3.5 stars. It was a little bit more than a mediocre time, you know what I'm saying? Definitely a cinnamon rolly romance, a very respectable male lead. And this is truly what I would call a true hate to love, in the sense of these two people, when they first meet, they both are like, oh my god, the other person is so effing ugly. And I'm not even kidding, like that's literally, it's not even comical. Like that's just how they are, because they're two different species. And so it's just the way that they judge beauty in their communities is just totally different, right? Because one of them is like a human and the other one is like this gray kind of like almost like a vampire, but like more beastly. And they're complete opposites. Like he can only do things really at night, and she's like, I love the sun. And they end up forming a friendship first, like a true friendship, and then they end up loving each other. So if you are into that kind of like a slow burn, you know,
let's say
little
it's a
fantasy
slow burn,
romance.
but it's also that short.
Yeah, it is. It's like 300 pages. But yeah, so they really be clowning on his wife. And when that happens, he does end up acting crazy, because he's like, look, I know she's not a shiner, but that's still my wife. Okay. Yeah, and then, you know, rope in the fact that also every time these two species meet, I say species, these two humanoids, I don't know what you would call them. These two peeps.
What are their species?
I don't know what his is. She's a human. He's like a vampire kind of. But like every time they try and mate, the women or like the humans die. So it's like,
oh, they can't even have relations.
yeah, like, I mean, they can, you know, do the dirty, but they can't be having the baby.
She can't, it's kind of like Renesmee.
Right. I mean, yeah, like she can't
The
really,
act
yeah,
of
I mean,
that, like,
essentially, yeah, she can't
you know,
really.
pretty much, I'm going to spoil
have-
it. You know, if you haven't seen it.
You don't even have to say it. Like, we all know. We all get the
It
Twilight
was,
sitch.
it was a scary moment.
But I had a fun time. Like, it was good. You know what I mean? Like, it was fine. It was good. There wasn't a lot of fantasy, though. Like, plot. It was basically just the romance and, like, them getting to know each other. So, I might go into the second one if I can find it somewhere and not have to buy it. And that's what I'll say about that. Anyway, 3.5. Fun time, quick time, good time. I'll never escape this torment.
I read Upgrade by Blake Crouch, and I gave it 5 stars.
Nice.
Pretty much, Upgrade follows a future version of the world where they are able to kind of upgrade your genetic material,
Oh, cool.
genetic DNA code. And it's like after a point where, like, I forgot the exact animals, but I think it's like a rhino, a wolf. Those animals have gone extinct. So like the world is kind of falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the world. It's like still has the same things, but it's not the world that we know it, kind of. So there's like a group, a government agency that is out to fight geneticists or like find them and stop them from, you know, upgrading DNA. So the main character, blank on his name, I think his name's Lowry, I'm making that up. So the main character, he works for this company, and then there is an accident that happens, and the book follows his story, and it was very good, and it was very moving, and I cried at the end. I teared up. Like, I was like that close to like full cry.
What?
I teared up at the end because of the way he wrote it. It was just very moving, and like,
Nice. Okay. When does this book come out?
I believe July 22nd. So you
July
guys keep a
22nd.
look out for that. And it was really good to get to know what the author was thinking, because I had the reason I was invited to like a Zoom to like see how he wrote the book and
Talk to Blake Crouch.
So it was really interesting just to, you know, see what he was thinking and like his motivations or intentions behind the book, which also made the ending more powerful to me. When I was thinking back, I was like, wow, I see what you're saying. So anyway, I recommend it. If you guys are a fan of Blake Crouch, 5 stars for me.
In July, baby.
And I felt like a full geneticist. Like, I really felt
like you understood some things.
Like, I was like, wow. I learned, and then, like, once it kept going, like, you know, when it's, like, really full of science. So if you don't like your sci-fi's, like, full of, like, really dense science material, maybe not pick it up, because it's more like a realistic view of, like, what could happen if, you know, science got to this point.
Okay.
So that's
genetics.
Yeah. Upgrade. I recommend
Upgrade. Speaking of arcs, because that was definitely an arc that they so kindly gave to you. We also did our Netgalley reading vlog where I read Book of Night, which is Holly Black's new adult fantasy, and Dead Silence. Both those books, top tier, really good. And
I read a cozy murder mystery called The Marlowe Murder Club.
Mm-hmm.
It was a fun time. I would recommend it for that specific vibe. Kind of gets a little predictable, but that's normally what you go into when you look for these types of books.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, overall it was a pretty good book.
Right. So if you guys are interested in watching that vlog and our full reactions, you can click the link up in the cards. Okay, and then the other book that I ended up reading last month was The Last House on Needless Street by Catriona Ward. Y'all know that I was obsessed with Sundial, her other book that just came out, I think like a month ago. So I ended up going on her backlist. I read this one and I ended up giving it a 4.5 stars. It is definitely different than Sundial. And I think what I can say about Catriona is this: she definitely has plot twists that you don't see coming but make perfect sense. And I think that's what I'm loving about the 2 books that I've read by her so far. I think I am gonna go down her backlist and just kind of like read some more of her stuff, but definitely had a great time with this one. But I really love how she sets up the entire story and just kind of like goes into the POVs of like our main character and kind of like what he's going through. So that's the thing, and it was a lot of fun. 4.5, definitely a thriller, definitely crazy, psychological AF. Definitely check triggers before reading this, and that's all I'm gonna say. Okay, I've said way too much already. And then finally, last but not least,
we read If Beale Street Could Talk by James Baldwin. I'm gonna give it a 5 star.
You're giving it a 5.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up giving it a 4. It was my first James Baldwin, I think yours too,
yeah.
And it was really freaking good.
Yeah.
It was very good, very engaging, important because of the content and what it talks about. And so interesting because it kind of honestly ties in with Olga Jai's Dreaming a little bit, because it's also set in New York. It also talks about Puerto Ricans, and just kind of like what the communities are dealing with, you know, at the time. But overall, super fun, and I was laughing a lot in this book, like obviously in the beginning.
Yeah, I was really enjoying the family dynamic.
Yeah.
Specifically Tish family. They're just so like endearing, and I really love the sister Ernestine.
All the dynamics.
It was
were
really
cool.
well thought out.
Yes.
How it was broken up was kind of weird, but it made sense when you
like think about it. Yeah.
It's like, okay.
So anyway, if you guys are interested in joining our book club where we like read the books, watch the movies, you can click that link down in our Discord. There's going to be the streams that are in the Discord, and then Fable is actually where we read the book together, and that is like a whole app in itself. So yeah, if you guys are interested in our book club announcement and kind of like getting more information on how to use Fable, you can click the link up in the cards. But yeah, we'd love to have you. We're gonna be reading a really fun book this month.
Fun is used loosely.
I'm super excited.
I'm excited.
I mean, it's gonna be heartbreaking, but it's also gonna be so good. And this is why we read, you know, to experience things. That's pretty much all I got. I started a bunch of books as well last month. Dragon Republic, some books for the vlog that we're gonna be putting out in May, but you know, don't want to give it all away. May away.
So that wraps up what we read, started, we're doing, our plans.
I love that we started out April and we were like, we've got so much planned.
We did, and then the week happened, and then
literally.
I don't know where April went, but we don't need to go on that tangent. What I would like for you guys to do is hit the thumbs up button if you like this video. Comment down below any of the books that you started, finished in April, and subscribe if you want to see more of us, support us. Bell right next to the subscription button. You click that, it'll notify you when these vlogs we keep talking about are gonna come out.
Yeah, that's crazy stuff.
And then you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, what? And
what?
Then we'll, see you at the next one.
Yeah.
So,
I did want to say really quick, because I always forget to do this, but just in case you guys don't know, we also are on Instagram, Book Talk.
And that's it.
And here, yeah. So if you guys want to follow us, all of our links are down below. We always get these comments where people are like, no idea you guys had a book talk. Or like, no idea you guys had Instagram. And I'm like, yeah, we do giveaways and all kinds of fun, fun kooky stuff.
We do.
So if you guys want to follow us there, for sure.
It also explains why we're gone somewhere. We might be on something else more actively.
Yeah. We're spread as thin as we can.
But we love doing it.
Yeah.
But we have,
we're trying here. So until our next video, we will see you guys next time. Bye.